And welcome to another installment of the OOTP Perfect Team Series. This is OOTP 22. Now, I'm laughing because I had the wrong screen up. And this is featuring the Big Paulie's Bombers, which I just started on Friday past. It is part two. It is March 28, 2021, a balmy day here in the Tampa, St. Petersburg area. So we're all ready for baseball, at least weather-wise. It was 90 degrees here yesterday, the 27th of March, which set the record for the date. And that's all they've been talking about in the weather down here. So let's look at the screen. And as you see, I have accumulated 3,195 points. We're in the entry pool league, day 82. So we're going to go into perfect team. We're trying to play it a little different uh, this year. We're not going to buy players in auctions, but we are going to try to have collections, and any players that aren't in collections we're going to sell off. I played a couple of perfect team tournaments over the weekend, and I didn't do good in either of them. Check out the perfect draft. It's a very, very good feature and a nice way to accumulate some points for your team. Right now I'm 35 and 33 in my entry pool. I won my last game 7-6 over the Seattle Swingers. But entry pool leagues are entry pool leagues. You just get put into a league when teams are formed, and since this is only a 2-day-old game, as I type this, you're going to have new teams and you're going to play a whole bunch of people that you wouldn't normally play. So we're looking at getting three more regular pulls, bronze pulls. And by the way, we're going to go for the most pulls we could possibly attain. That'll try to be my goal as the season progresses. Try to look at as many cards as I can. So we're going to pull our three packs here, and then we will get down to the business of seeing who can we sell that won't be part of a collection. And collections are good too, because you can accumulate card packs or valuable cards that way. So we have Thomas Hatch as our bronze, and we have Trevor Howard of the 1995 Cincinnati Reds as our historical, and the rest are just average Joes. Might be known players to you. We have a couple of historicals in this pack and a couple of bronzes. Jordan Schaefer of the 2011 Braves, and Andy Carl of the 1945 Fightin' Phillies, who were very briefly known as the Philadelphia Blue Jays until Toronto came along. No, they changed names very briefly as kind of a gimmick to get people to the parks during the war. We got Willis Cole, who's a center fielder. I've seen that card before. So opening up pack number 3. Love the fact that you get so many historical cards now. We got Dick Bertle of the 61 Cubs, and Derek Fisher seems to be the standout. He is a right fielder for the Brewers. So now, yes, I would like to return. Thank you very much. We will see if anybody made the team, which this early could be very likely. The game being a little sluggish to control at the moment. I'm going to ask the AI to set up rosters. I didn't see anybody. Well, actually, we did have a few movements, because Devin Smeltzer and Adonis Medina are now on the reserve team. So right now, we're going to look at the reserves. If I can I? Okay. So I want to look at the reserves and see if they are on collection missions, and a few are not. But we want reserve players to be sold. We got Jim Henry of the 36 Red Sox, And that'll be the very first player I put up for auction. He's going at 34 in the past 10 sales, even though he is an iron. So I am going to set him at 17, and we'll see if anybody could buy him. And 68 would be a little high. I'm going to triple for the buy now price, and we're going to put up for auction. And these will be 24-hour sales. We have 195 points. So I'm going to requeue, and I'm going to look at other players that are in collection missions. And the next player up for bids is going to be Kevin Jordan. Kevin Jordan of the 98 Phillies. He played first base. And he's another player that's going way high. The market is sky high for the historicals right now. So I'm going to put him up at 27, and 27 times 3 is 81. But we'll sell him for 5 if nobody takes him. So I'm going to go back, and again, I am looking for players. Actually, no, I could sort it out this way, and I could look at all these players that that are not in collection missions. The L10 value, I believe, is the value of a player that has been sold. So I think L10, like Fernando Arroyo, is going to be the next player I sell because he's on my reserve list. He's selling at 8. Yeah, okay, so we see the 88 again, so that makes sense. So I'm going to put him up at 44 and 132. It's definitely a seller's market right now. So we're going to look now at Johnny Bent, as in get bent, something Bart Simpson would probably say. His L10 is 46. So I'll go 23 and 69 on him. Now don't get your mind in the gutter because I said the word 69, the number 69. Okay, so just don't think that. Dick Bertle will be 30 and 90. I'm getting the hang of this now. Okay, we're looking now at Nick Cady. So I'm going to have a few of these to sell off, apparently. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of players I could sell. Nick Cady will go at, okay, his L10 is 38, so it's 19 and 57. We'll dance around the fractions here. The start price is invalid. Yes, because he's a bronze. Okay, so I'm going to have to up that to 28. Because you always want to take the minimum 25 and you want to divide or multiply it by 1.1. Or you could divide it by 0.9. It don't matter. I don't think. Now some mathematician will come along and say, yes, it matters. So we'll do 2884 on him. And he's gone. Okay. So again, looking at players with no collection missions. And before we go, we will look at the players, how the collection mission progress is going. Willis Cole of the '09 White Sox. So he's an iron, so I pretty much could pick my price here. I'm going to go 41 and a half would be 42 and 126. Player has been put up for auction. Yes, I know he's been put up for auction. Okay, next player to go up is Lou Collier of the 99 Brewers, back when they had that nice little MB logo. He is an iron. He's selling it, like I said, buyer's market right now. So if you are trying to sell players on OOTP 22, you should be able to turn a profit pretty well. It's kind of like Deep Space Nine. I don't know if any of you watched Star Trek Deep Space Nine back when it was on, and there was that Ferengi named Quark, and the Ferengis were were all in the trade. Okay, so here's Mario Diaz. Buenos dias to you. Let's see, our next player will be Paul Doyle of the 70 California Angels. Put him up at 19. We'll see how well this formula works that I have just thought of the top of my head. Now remember, don't pick the actives. Don't pick your actives. You want to keep your active players around. You want to get rid of your reserves. You don't want to get rid of active players and lessen the odds of your team. Here is Neil Finn, 31 Brooklyn. Were they the Dodgers or the Robins here? I don't know. I think they were the Dodgers. 34 and 102. And he is not in any active mission. So what you want to do is you want to sell your reserves. Make sure that they can't be on collection missions. These are kind of my rules that I just made up, kind of like George Carlin. And they have to be on your reserve. Now, you're going to make a mistake doing this? Probably. Okay, 39 times 3 would be 117. And now goes Pete Knisley of, I believe that is the logo of the Cubs back then. So I have a few more of these players. Now for some reason the game... Hope I didn't sell somebody who was on collection missions. Okay. Next is Dick Lanahan. 27. And we'll put him up at 81. Yeah, the screen resets on me. Okay. So I just flipped it so the ones on 0 missions come up first. By the way, if you have Sung Hwan Oh of the St. Louis Cardinals, you could get him at the last 10 sales were 22.5. Wow. Butch Weiss will be 30.90. When you submit it, there you go. So just look for these players on reserve. Dick Starr. That's another name you could probably have fun with. He's at 105, so we'll go 53, 159 on him. St. Louis Browns, who eventually moved to Baltimore. Tanner Shepers, where they have been ever since. He will go 35, 105. And market value on these players is not that bad either. Now you got a couple of players here down at the bottom that we'll get back to here that could go at a good price. Jordan Schaefer, 2011 Braves, who we just picked. Okay, so 158 would be 79, and that would be 2, 3, 7. And we'll lowball the price just to move them. If I don't sell them in 24 hours, I'll go for 25. Rob Refsnyder, who I seem to remember. He's 37, so yeah, 1957. I hear it was a good year, but it was 14 years before I was born. So he goes. If you are watching this on March 28th, we'll be doing Grand Slam Wrestling tonight as the world champ, Dory Funk Jr. has a title defense already in the Montreal circuit. So we'll have that up for you by the end of the night. I don't think there's any pay-per-view cards going on tonight. I think tonight is, well, WrestleMania, which is not too far from me in Tampa, is in a couple of weeks. Raniel Pinto, 2781 him. So we have a few players yet that we need to sell. Okay, we have actually we have a handful. No missions, and they must be on the reserve roster. Win Noyes of the Philadelphia A's with their wonderful little elephant, 29 and 87. Wonder, I don't recall whether or not the Oakland A's have ever used the elephant as a logo for their team. You know, nothing wrong with an elephant. 39 and 39 times 3 is again, what think Polly, so early on a Sunday morning. 39 and 117. Ray Murray is gone. Okay, Russ Norman. Hello, Norman. Okay, so he's 53, so we'll go up 2781. Newman from Seinfeld. I was thinking Norman was Newman. Okay, Chet Morgan of the 38 Tigers. And I think this will be it. We're down to the last two. 3193. And Dan Mason will be the last player we put up in this episode. 2884. The Giants with those orange baseballs in 69. Orange baseball in their logo. I know Charlie Finley was thinking of that orange baseballs were the future of the game, but that never came to be. Or wasn't he trying? He was trying to do the golf ball thing and turn the turn the balls yellow, yellow or orange. Well, anyway, we'll just leave that for today. And now everybody has been sold. I'll submit the team. And off we go into whatever league we start off in this coming season / week. And we should be back during the course of the week to keep you tracked on the progress, because there'll be a lot of moves to be made, and there'll probably be a lot of chances, a lot of time that at least initially, where the perfect points will go up. Right now I'm at 195, so as soon as we get back over 1,000, I'll do another episode. This has been Big Paulie coming to you on this 28th day of March. Godspeed and God bless as always, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye for now, everybody.